Welcome to this week's edition of Investing Like an Executive. We have a very interesting interview and tour for you here today. Today, we are at Harvest Industrial Park. We will be going through Harvest 1 with Kelvin Mutuma, the head of sales at Purple Dot International. Let's go. Kelvin, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Andrew. Welcome to Harvest Industrial Park.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Show me around a little bit.
All right, so this is Harvest Industrial Park Phase 1.
Okay.
We have 2 phases, each with 24 warehouses around here.
Okay.
The idea behind Harvest Industrial Park was to accommodate both the big manufacturers and the light, smaller manufacturers. So for the smaller industrial manufacturers, we provided them these particular warehouses you can see here.
Okay.
Then around the industrial park, we have big chunks of land that we are providing for the bigger manufacturers to set up their own custom facilities.
Okay, awesome. And when did this plan come about to start Harvest Industrial Park?
So we started thinking about Harvest just before COVID.
Okay.
So around at the river, we've done quite a number of industrial warehousing.
Okay.
So before Harvest, we did Greylands, which had roughly 400 warehouses.
Wow.
So we realized there's a very good demand of industrial spaces around here. So we had to do a second series of the same concept. And that's how Harvest Industrial Park came.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Kelvin, why don't you show me one of the warehouses?
So let me show
here.
you the first warehouse. Ideally, our warehouses are 7,425 square feet.
7,425.
425.
Okay.
Yes. So come in.
Oh, thank you.
We're coming in through the main entrance. Here you can even reverse the big trucks inside the warehouse if you want to unload.
Okay.
The size of this warehouse in terms of height, in the center we have 12 meters. At the corner we have 9 meters.
Okay.
So depending on the sort of business you're doing, you can even do double height.
Okay.
So for some of the storage space people here, they've been able to do a second layer, sort of have two floors within the space.
Okay.
And and then the space is just an open canvas for you to design your facility the way you want.
Awesome. Now, before we started the interview, you mentioned that, there were some storage facilities and such that were, using these warehouses, and you just mentioned the double height. I'm assuming that's probably where these lines are on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what types of clients and stuff are you seeing have interest in these parks?
So we are having a mixture of clientele. So for instance, we have some guys who are doing bottling, or we have a small alcohol manufacturing company.
Okay.
We have, again, storages. We have a gypsum factory around here.
Okay.
But now, for them, they are a big plant that is on a 5-acre property.
Okay.
We have a shoe factory, so it's a very diverse ecosystem. But one of the advantages of being here in Harvest Industrial Park is that the companies can interrelate. So you might manufacture something that I need to do my final product.
Okay.
So hence the concept why we did, and we wanted a lot of different businesses around here. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, there's some office facilities and such in each of these units. Can we go take a look real quick?
Sure. So the warehouse has 2 entrances.
Yes.
One is for the main production space, if I may call it.
Okay.
One is through the office. So the first place you get in here is sort of a reception area.
Okay.
For your warehouse. Then on the upper floor, you have the first layer of offices, then a second layer of offices. The whole concept was some companies who do manufacturing, they don't need to, they need to have rather all their whole team here. So you can say have the sales team on this floor.
Sales, marketing, executive, administration.
Yeah, and the guys in charge of the plant at the top. And if you see, we have big windows for you to overlook the production space, so to always check what you're turning out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And for a warehouse space, this has really good natural light as well.
Yeah. So we were able to infuse some of those see-through panels just to ensure that during the day you don't have really to switch on lights.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's huge for cost savings.
It helps you with cost saving. We've also done a bit of insulation within the space. So outside it might be very hot, but inside it's really cool.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a temperature difference because this is Machacos. Machacos can be a little dry and hot sometimes, and I can feel, at least 3 or 4 degrees cooler here inside.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
So we're going to the second floor.
Awesome.
So here is where you get to have a small kitchenette, the washrooms for the staff.
Okay.
Yeah, so the space is really self-sufficient for an office.
And you could fit probably, 15, 16 employees?
Definitely, and have the boss's big office at the corner.
Okay, yeah, awesome. And you got great view from the windows here, I can see. Yeah. You can oversee everything taking place. Now, Kelvin, one of the things I'm interested in, because in this series I've interviewed Mavita Homes, I've interviewed several different residential focused real estate firms and developers, etc. What is the difference, I guess, for you as a sales executive, head of sales, in selling an industrial park versus, say, an apartment, a bed sitter, and so forth?
So here in Purple Dot, actually we have both. We have the residential and the commercial.
Yes.
So I'm privileged to sell both.
Okay.
One of the differences is when you're selling a home, you're selling majorly to individuals who are looking at investing or moving in as their first homes.
Yeah.
So it's very personal. When you're selling commercial, it's a business, so you're helping somebody make a business decision, how they are going to set up their factory, and these sort of relationships are very long term, because you can imagine bringing in a 2-ton machine here, you're not going to move.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it has to make sense for them. They have to make sense for their employees, because they have to see, where are the employees going to live around here? Where are the employees going to eat around here? So yeah, it's a bigger decision when somebody is buying here. So the conversation you're having with the executives, it's much a broader conversation. Most times when you're selling commercial, you start with maybe one of the employees just coming to scout. Okay. If they are interested, the big guy will come check it out. Then you go to the money conversation. Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot longer term. It's a harder sell cycle, I guess you could say, but it's also a lot bigger money, a lot bigger decision almost in some regards.
Yeah. All right, so that was phase 1 of Harvest Industrial Park. We're building 2 phases of these 7,425 sized warehouses. Okay. But we have a bigger space around here. We have 108 acres of industrial space.
108?
Yes.
Okay.
That means we have big chunks of land for the guys who want to build their own custom facilities. Okay. For instance, just behind us, that facility over there.
This one?
Yeah. Okay. That's a big gypsum factory sitting on 5 acres.
Okay.
Behind Harvest 1, we have a 20-acre factory for these shoes. Just in front of us, we have a joineries factory and many other facilities that are coming up. So we are able to cater to everybody in the market. Those guys who want us to help them build, we can build. But those who want just the space, we provide.
Okay, and so even if I, say I need one of these, the the already produced, ready to go warehouse, you're the right person to call. But also if I need, to set up my own gypsum factory or my own bottle factory, I can reach out to Purple Dot as well, and you have the land and the capacity for that.
Yeah, so for that capacity for custom facilities, it revolves around now trying to figure out, you as a client, what do you want to set up? Okay. How do you want to arrange it? Maybe you have like 20, 30 trucks. You want a big parking bay for them. Yeah. For loading and offloading dock. You want a big space for, the manufacturing, offices, all that you put it in one facility.
Okay.
So one of the things that makes this industrial park very special is the amenities. Being that it's catering to very large trucks like the one you've seen passing here,
Yes.
it means the roads can easily be damaged if you do tarmac. So we did a very thick layer of concrete.
Yeah, this
Something
is...
like Bagadi, you've seen it, it's been there for a very long time.
Okay.
We've done our own sewer lines. So if you have a lot of waste as a manufacturer, it's easy to, dump it out.
Okay.
We've done our own power substation. That means we're able to buy bulk power from Kenya Power and supply it to everybody depending on the capacity they want. So we are able to cater to all the capacities for the manufacturers.
Okay, and the power station that you mentioned, is that able to service the entire, 105-acre facility?
Yes. It's a 66 kV facility.
Okay.
So we normally get power from the main lines, step it down there, and then distribute it here. So one of the advantages, again, of having that is we are able to buy power at a wholesale sort of rate and provide it slightly lower than the rest of the industrial parks.
Okay. And I noticed on the way in, there's a river right around here.
Yeah.
Are you worried about flooding or anything? What work have you done to mitigate issues like that?
Frankly, you remember the rains that were here?
Yeah.
They taught us a big lesson.
In May.
So we've invested in a very big gabion, around 2 meters high. So even if big rains were to come up again, this place will always remain right. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's go see one of the substations.
All right.
Now, Kelvin, we're here at the power station that Purple Dot has developed for this facility. Tell me a little bit about what you have here and what we're seeing in front of us.
So this is, as I said, 66 kV facility. One of the reasons behind this is to ensure that we are able to provide the required power input by each manufacturer.
Okay.
What that means is you normally get people who have very, very different and diverse power needs. Somebody will come and say, I'm looking for like 3000 kV.
Yeah.
Here we'll provide based on what you want.
Okay.
Yes.
So they buy the power from you directly as well?
Yeah, we buy power from Kenya Power, then the clients buy from us. So we are able to provide them exactly what they need.
Okay, and what happens in the case that, say, KPLC is not on one day? Is there any way that a client could mitigate that?
So one of the advantages of actually having this facility here, it means we are connected to the main grids. So that means if power goes down, it's not only down here, it's down in the whole city. That means KPLC has to run to get the whole city running.
Okay.
So our downtime will be very short.
Very minimal. And what if I was purchasing a warehouse and I wanted to put in a generator?
Yeah.
Could I do that?
Yeah, you're free to do that. But as I said, the downtimes are very minimal.
Yeah.
So, you don't need to.
Awesome. Well, this is spectacular. Right now it's September 17th or so, 18th maybe?
Another 2-3 months, it will be done.
This will be ready to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for showing me. Cool. So, Kelvin, we're getting to the end of our conversation here today. And, you've shown us everything from the substation, the warehouses, the custom outfits and such. Can you tell me in just a few sentences what the long-term vision of Harvest Industrial Park is?
The long-term vision for here was to provide an ecology for like-minded businesses.
Okay.
To interact.
Community.
A community of industries. That is the essence of Harvest Industrial.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, Kelvin, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for
so much
showing
for
me
visiting
around.
Harvest Industrial Park.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers.
All right, bye.